Tell you the problem. There's a water issue at this house with the drainage from the roof and where it goes and where it drains off in the yard. And with these houses, your yard's going to get soaked regardless. And where the brick meets the foundation, we'll go downstairs and look at it. Sometimes you'll have seepage, but what we had is a couple problems. We replaced the entire gutters in this house. So all those white gutters are new, but the problem is the water was running. The problem is the water was running down into that hole, and that hole was clogged. So Francis unclogged the hole, but before that, we thought that was our main drainage issue, but it's not. There's another one on the front side of the house. You come check out. So pretty much a lot of this roof, all the water runs to this drain right here. Everything you see up here, pretty much this entire side of the house runs to this one drain. So over the last week, we've had very, very hard rainstorms, which is a good thing because we're able to test the water retention in this yard and downstairs. So that white pipe extension wasn't there. All that water was running directly down here and either sitting and seeping down to the basement. And I'm going to show you the solution and the problem, then the solution that we came up with. So check this out. This is the back side of the house, and this is the door I was telling you where all the drainage was coming in originally. But what happens is when the center block meets the actual foundation or the floor here, there's usually, it's not sealed. So what we've done in the past, what we're going to do with this one is we're going to cut a line about this big through the whole thing, and then we're going to seal it with this very, very aggressive adhesive that won't allow water to come in through there. And that's just from water seeping down in the ground and then eventually coming this way. So that's how we feel that. And we also direct all the water from off the house as much as possible, because this basement is going to be finished, and you don't want to finish the basement knowing that there's a water issue. It's just bad juju. Let me show you the front side of the house. So what happens when you have water, and this is the front side of the house where pretty much half of the house's water was coming to a drain right here. And you can see that by the drain. Now, the previous homeowner didn't know how to take care of the problem. So that usually happens, they just leave it. So we had to divert the water somewhere else and make sure that it did. So in the last rain, it held up. So what we do is we scrape these walls completely, and then we're going to use this very aggressive dry lock that's going to seal the entire walls, and we're going to make sure we divert the water with the pipes away from the house so that we don't have this. Because Francis, this is not good.
Right. Yeah, and well, the good thing is that if it ever rains like it did last week, if there was a little chance of a little water getting in, we're not finishing this area anyway.
Correct.
So it's not gonna.
Yeah, so this side won't be finished.
Right.
This side won't be a finished basement, but we're gonna make it look nice and presentable. That side will be finished with air, carpet, the whole nine. That's gonna be an extra 500 square feet. So this is the main reason why we've been delayed probably about 2 weeks, is that this stuff we've had to get done, and we couldn't continue without knowing the exact place of the problem and how to fix it. So now that we found that out, the solution is on the way, and we'll be done with this house. I am saying in 3 weeks, this house should be pretty much close to being buttoned up. So the next time you see it, and I know I said that the last time, but the next time you see this house, it's gonna be done. I'm not showing you this house again until we're pretty much done and we're doing some of the final stuff. And then in the morning, in a few hours, we're headed to Atlanta to have a meeting, and we'll probably do a pop-up meetup. So if you guys are in Atlanta, I will see you there. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another vlog, another part of the vlog. We're heading to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, to be exact. And I got a meeting tomorrow, but I decided I want to do a meetup because I always interact with you guys online, the Facebook group, YouTube. Now I want to meet you in Atlanta. I'm going to be at the Battery at 7 p.m. tonight. Hope to meet everybody there, and we'll talk about real estate. See you guys later. it, and tonight at 7 o'clock, we're gonna be right here. Right now it's empty. I'm hoping that you guys from Atlanta can fill this up. We're gonna talk real estate for a couple hours, hang out, Q&A. I just wanna meet everybody, right? I'm going on this like mini tour. I wanna meet everybody right here in Atlanta at the Battery Park, 7 o'clock tonight. Let's talk real estate. See you later. What's up, man? Max, bro. Nice to meet you, brother. My pleasure. Lee, man. What's up, y'all? What's up, everybody? What's up? How you doing? Max, nice to meet you. How you doing? Nice to meet you, Max. What's up, Max? Nice to meet you. What's going on, man? Max, my pleasure. Nice to meet you. My pleasure, man. How y'all doing? What's up, brother? How you doing? You all right?
Just picked up my first lead list.
Okay.
Like 2 days ago.
Okay.
And the list is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
What kind of list is it?
It is an absentee owner list.
Yeah. In-state, out-of-state, or both?
In-state.
Okay.
So essentially, the issue is now, how should I go about like filtering out, you know, where to aim, like skip tracing. Who can I hire or where can I go? Because I think I've tried skip tracing a list once. It took me weeks to get it done.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So how many is in your list?
30.
30?
Around 30,000.
30,000. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to reverse engineer. You know how to find the hottest zip codes in what market? You in Atlanta? So you know how to find the hottest zip codes in the area. So look that up and see what the hottest zip codes, and then match all your houses to that and start with those first. I would start with your top 3 before you start skip tracing every 30,000, because that's big. I mean, I only skip trace 50,000 a month. You starting out with 30, that's heavy. You don't pay a lot of money, but just what I would do is go on ListSource and Google, YouTube, how to find hottest zip codes with ListSource, and it's going to show you how to do that. It's free. Then match the zip codes with any house that you have for that area, and only take the top 3 zip codes and skip trace those. Don't skip trace, because absentee necessarily doesn't mean somebody is also motivated either, right? It just means they have a possibility of being motivated, right? So you might need to run that against another filter and take out people that's like absentee plus 10 years. You know what I mean?
I had another question. You were talking about list source and everything like that. I remember one of the podcasts you were talking about like getting real granular and getting into your different lists and putting like, I guess it was different lists together. Like,
yeah.
Go in a little detail.
So I use a software called Property List Manager, right? And what we do is we pull data and we put it all in one Property List Manager.
Right.
And what it does is it never duplicates an address, but it'll tell me, hey, this address is on 4 of my lists, right? Could be on my tax delinquent list, my probate list. It could be on my vacant list and my code enforcement list. Well, if they on 4 lists,
that motivation gotta be high.
exactly, right? So you want to take the time and go after that one even more seriously.
The 3 key things that you know now that you wish you would have known when you first started out that may have brought you success maybe a little bit quicker.
Yeah, 3 things, right?
Key things.
So I don't know if many of y'all know my story. 2 years ago, I was broke, like 100%.
Right now I'm broke.
All right, so I was worse. I probably was worse off than you were, right? I was living back at my mom's house at 30 years old, so I was done. I was dead broke 2 years ago, right? And since then, I've made over $2 million in wholesale and real estate. And one of the things that changed, only thing that really changed, nothing around me changed. People were still doing the same BS they're doing today. The only thing that changed was my mindset, right? I started thinking of things in abundance versus it being a limited thing. I stopped thinking, oh, I can't get that house for $10,000, and I was getting them for 7, right? I started thinking differently. And then I came one-track mind focus, right? As an entrepreneur, I have a problem chasing shiny objects, right? So I stayed at this wholesale and real estate until I knew it in my sleep, right? So I would say, maybe I don't have 3 things, but I would say stay focused, one-track minded, and change your mindset to an abundance mindset. Really think of the glass half full versus half empty. I know people hear that's an elementary saying. Literally, the glass is half full, right? Because if you go in the wholesaling group, I see people skip trace their list, right? They'll skip trace 1,000 lists, and 600 to come back, and they say, what about my 400? Well, what about the 600, you idiot? Think about it. You know what I'm saying? There's probably 3 deals over there. Why are you worried about this? Figure that out, right? So if you put your mind to it and become obsessed with it, right? Obsessed with it. That's when you start learning 100%. Like I stopped listening to music. I don't watch football. I still don't watch football anymore. Because my Sundays are now occupied with teaching myself how to do things now. I just cut that out and it became a habit. I love football, but I don't watch it anymore. If there's a pawn shop within 20 miles of it, you should go for it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because think about the concept of a pawn shop.
Right, that is true. That is true. Because in certain areas, like here in Georgia, you have like the southern area, whereas there's a lot of vacant homes and a lot of homes that.
And it might be hard for you to sell it.
That's where my worry is.
So just because a deal's only a deal if it's truly a deal, like I don't know how to say this, like a house in Atlanta versus there's areas of Georgia that you probably just not. People won't buy that.
Right.
Not enough population. The job market's not good enough, right? People gotta want it for it to be a
now,
deal
if
too.
you see some form of gentrification going on, then
Absolutely, jump on it.
Let's jump on it quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
Even if it's slow.
jump on it.
Okay.
The investors know about it. You got to get on it.
What's your best practice on either the double close?
I never double closed in my life.
Oh wow!
Even with a higher.
I made 50 grand on a wholesale. I never double closed.
Really?
The only reason I ask is sometimes you have those buyers that are a little bit more savvy and they're looking at their whole one. So you're doing the seller side.
Tell them to go kick rocks. Because what I tell my buyers when I first interview them is, listen, I'm a wholesaler. I spend a lot of money finding these properties. I might sell you a property for $50,000 that I found for $1. Do you care?
I'm talking about on the front end, on the
Get a better attorney. Get a better attorney.
I've heard around here what they want is they want you to sign a document where the buyer and the seller signs it saying that you're going to make this much profit.
Well, it says it on the HUD. I don't know what they do.
So it's on the HUD one. I'm just saying, you know what? When you get to the closing table, that
First thing my attorney does, he gets to the closing table, sit down, he slides an unsigned check in front of the seller, and they looking at that with the number that we promised them on there, and he says, okay, here goes the HUD documents. This is this side. Sign right there. You're gonna get this amount of money. Like, I've never had that problem.
How many of them actually look at the HUD?
That's what they care about the check.
So you always closing with your attorney?
Every time. My buyers, they tell me close my attorney, I tell them go kick rocks. My attorney knows how to control the deal and set the expectation for the seller. Come on through here. What's up? How you doing? He's all occupied.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I have a question, right? Okay, so I have a partner and we work in Montgomery. We just getting started.
That's right. You just drove 2 hours from Montgomery, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I just
All right.
got out the car. And will we have a potential seller? The man is looking for $100K on this house that is in a neighborhood where the house is selling for like $60,000, $66,000. And like, how low should we go? We were thinking like.
So the ARV is around 70,000,
Okay.
and you're saying he wants 100?
Yeah.
It's not a deal.
It's not a deal. Okay, leave it alone.
And you can ask. So how I do it is I tell, if you watch Lewis, we just hired Lewis on, right? So we tell Lewis to ask questions knowing that you want the answer, right? So if you have kids, you know how to ask questions knowing you're going to get that answer back that you want, right? Say, hey, what are houses selling for in your neighborhood? 60, 70,000. Another question, what type of repairs does your property need?
Right.
Oh, like 15,000? Okay. So you understand that I'm an investor and you want me to pay over retail for a house that needs repairs. And he's just gonna go ding, light bulb's gonna go off. All right, I guess he either really doesn't want to sell it or he's just playing games with you.
Yeah, this is my first time talking about.
But I've went into houses where people said, hey, I want 100,000. I walked out with a $50,000 contract.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm supposed to meet with him tomorrow, and I want to see how it goes. Do you think I should just cancel it?
No, you should get him on the phone and say, I did some research in the neighborhood. What you know what properties are selling for in your neighborhood?
Right.
He's gonna say 60,000, 70,000. Yeah.
And then I have like one more question. about, okay, so like today me and my partner, we were like sitting down and trying to call people and trying to find information on their homes and stuff like that. Like what is, I don't want to say like an easy way, but what's like a sensible way to try to find like owners of homes besides this source? Like is the courthouse like a good source?
So do you know the house address?
Yeah, we have the address. It's already
So
down.
every county in America has what they call a GEO or a GIS. So you're gonna say Montgomery County GIS. And it's basically the geographical informational systems. It's basically the tax data. You put an address in there or the person's name and it'll pull up, oh, this person's owned the house. This is what they last bought it for. Here's the tax value. It might even show you if they owe taxes on it or not. Stuff like that. Do you know your hometown? Then you should do deals in there. That's simple. Even if you get 1 or 2 deals a month. I know people in Dayton that's crushing it. So if you know the area, you can live here and do deals over there. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about if it's booming. Worry about if people are buying. Right? Booming don't matter. Cobb County ain't booming, or what's the other places that? Not Cobb County, but there's Macon. Macon's not booming.
People buying there.
But the people are buying. If you think it looks vacant and they paying their taxes, it doesn't have to be a money situation why they have to sell. It could be that they had the house, it was a rental, and they no longer want to be a landlord. They could be financially fit to pay their taxes every year. Taxes are not expensive in certain parts, right? So they could pay their tax bill every year. It comes in $600-700, but they no longer want to be a landlord no more. And you calling them, and they know it's not MLS ready, but they know they don't want it. You could just calling them will be a big relief off of their head. What's gonna happen? Yeah, I want to sell. No, I don't want to sell. You know what I mean? Don't be scared of it.
I'm not scared. I looked up the text. I was just like, why is everybody responsible? Everybody paying their taxes. What the hell?
Because taxes are not, now if you go to certain places, taxes are way more expensive. Tax is cheap in Dayton, right?
That scenario is 100% what he said. I got a property at 2428 Wheeler Avenue in Dayton, Ohio that I've been letting sit for 2 years.
I got a question for you. How many absentee postcards do you get from other wholesalers asking?
Hold on, I'm not a wholesaler.
No.
All the time.
Yes, because you
All
own
day.
property and you don't live in it, so it shows up as absentee.
Period.
So you get stuff in your PO box or
I
wherever,
throw it right away.
and it says, "Do you want to sell your house?"
Yeah, I
And
just throw them away.
But you understand? Probably you didn't know. Did you know about wholesaling for a long time?
Oh yeah.
So you
I mean,
knew.
I've been a real estate agent.
Nice to meet you, man. Absolutely. Thank you for coming out. Thank you. Absolutely.
I've been a real estate agent for 18 years, going on 19.
So you understand it.
I know. I've done all this.
So why have you never wholesale? Because you bought so much. You bought so much properties. You had to run across. You probably was wholesaling.
wholesale.
You probably was wholesaling before you knew what wholesaling was. You came across something you wanted to buy, and your friends was like, "Nah, I'll buy that from you. Oh, give me an extra $3
I
grand."
bought a house at auction, didn't even know where it was. I asked my guy, I was like, it's 830. I know all my addresses
Yeah.
I've ever owned. So it's 831 Ferguson Avenue in Dayton, Ohio, 45417. So with that being said, I'm like, where's Ferguson Avenue at? He was like, it's over in the hood, this, that, and the other. I jumped on the phone. I bought it for $7,500. Jumped on the phone, sold it for $17,500. And I didn't even see it. I go over there that night with a flashlight. I'm like, oh, thank God I sold it.
So that's it. You got to witness a cool meetup. This is my second one. Baltimore was the first one. Atlanta was my second one. I think there's probably 100 people that came out. When I do these type of things, I am so appreciative of people that are coming out and wanting to learn about real estate. I'm truly obsessed with real estate, so it's cool to meet other people that are obsessed with it and talk about it. But maybe I'll be in your city next. And like I always say, if you're watching this vlog at this point, please subscribe, press the bell so you get the notifications, and like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.